Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to do regrouping and checking your answer. So I'm going to put adding and subtracting whole numbers. Okay, so let me read you this problem. Manny and Carla are collecting baseball cards over the course of a year. Manny has 283. So I'm going to write 283 in his collection. Carla has 328 cards. How many cards do they have together? So we know that this is going to be an addition problem because they want to know together the total. One of the ways we could do this is we could draw it out. So if I draw 100, 200, 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s, 7 10s, 8 10s, and then 1, 2, 3. So 283. And then I'm going to draw my other one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2 10s, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could add them together. And when I add them together, I'm going to have to do a little bit of regrouping. So I'll show you what that means. I have 8 here and 3 here. Well, 8 plus 3 equals 11. So what I could do is I could box that together, and that equals 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to X through that and put a 10. So all I did is I regrouped. I made my 10 ones into a 10. So that's like changing 10 pennies for 1 dime. So now what I have is I have 1, okay, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, hold on, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11. So what I can do is I'm going to X through that, and I'm going to add another one of these because I know that 10 tens equal 100. So now all I have left is a 1 or 110. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 110, and 1, 1. Okay, so that's drawing it out. This is a way that I did not learn growing up. It's very abstract. So what I'm going to do is show you why we regroup the standard way to check your answer to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 283 plus 328. Now as you can see, I've lined up my numbers. I've lined up my ones, I've lined up my tens, and I've lined up my hundreds. So I have 3 plus 8. I know that 3 plus 8 equals 11. So what I'm going to have to do is if I cover this up, I'm going to put a 1 here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 1 over here. I'm regrouping. So now what I would say is 8 plus 2 equals 10 plus 1 more equals 11. Once again, I can only put my 1 down and I carry my 10. Okay, so now I have 2 plus 3 equals 5 plus 1 more equals 6. Now this takes a lot less space and it's a lot quicker, and I still got the same answer. So remember when we said 3 plus 8 equals 11, right? Well, we had 11 over here. Remember we made a group of 10, we marked it out, and we regrouped. When we added that 10 over here, that is like adding our 1 over here. While we did add a 1, it is in the tens column. So technically what we're saying is, here what we're saying is 3 plus 8 equals 11. Here, while we say 8 plus 2, it's really not 8 plus 2, really. It's 80 plus 20. Okay, because this is in the tens column. And that equals 100. Okay? Here, what we're really saying is 200 plus 300. And that equals 500. Okay? So, what happens is when we say 3 plus 8, we get 11. We see that we get 11 here. When we move it over, we have to carry this, when we carry this 1, anything over 10 or anything over 9, we have to carry that number. And the reason why this works is because when we put that 1 there, what we're really saying, 80 plus 20 plus 10, the 10 that was from this column here. Okay, so 80 plus 20 equals 100 plus the 10 from over there. So really, and the reason we don't put a 10 there is because we're not adding 10. Okay, so we have this answer here. Then, because we get more than 9, we have to carry over here. So now while we say 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6, what we're really saying is, well, we have 200 plus 300, but remember over here we had 80 plus 20. So because that was 100, we had to carry over, and that's where we got that 1. So that is what's happening when we add. So another thing that we could do to check our work is we can do the opposite operation. If you are doing an addition problem, you can check with a subtraction problem. It's very simple. What you do is you do 611 minus 328. Now, you could say 611 minus 283 if you wanted, or you could do either one of the two up here. It doesn't matter. But if you use this one, then we are looking for that answer. If we use this number that we're subtracting from our total amount, then we're looking for that answer. So here, and this will help explain with the borrowing, here, if I have 1 penny, but I need to take 8 away, I can't do that. I don't have that. So what happens is, and I can show you, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 1, and then here we're saying 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all I did was draw that picture out. I need to take 8 away from 1, but I can't do that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cross out my 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I do is this goes to a 0, because as you see I have 0 tens left. And while I'm not borrowing technically, all I'm doing is regrouping. I changed this 10 into 10 ones. So now this becomes an 11. Okay? And that's, as you can see, I have 11 right here. All I'm doing is regrouping. That's like saying, hey, I had $610 or $611. What I needed to do is I had to change one of my $10 bills into ones so I could give 8. So now what I say is, okay, I have 11, and I'm taking 8 away. So 1 here, 1 there, 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 here, there, there, and there. So as you can see, if I need to draw a line between it, what I was doing is I was taking basically all of these here at the bottom have to disappear by the end. I have been getting rid of every single one on the bottom. So what I did is I took 1 away from here, 1 away from there, 1 from here, 1 from there. I have 3 left. And as I can do my math, what's the difference between 11 and 8? 9, 10, 11. 3. Now I have to take 2 away from nothing. I can't take 2 away from anything because I don't have any 10s. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to the 6, and I'm going to have to make that a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark one of these out, 100, and I'm breaking it down to one smaller place value smaller. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So now I do have 10 to take away because I regrouped. Okay? So I just changed one of my hundreds into a 10. So now I'm going to go 1 from here, 1 from there, 1 from here, 1 from there. I'm done taking my 10s away. So what happens is, well, I change that to a 5. That's a 0. I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to put a 1 in front of it. So now I have 10. Okay? 10 minus 2 equals 8. And that's what I have here. I have 8 left over. Okay? Last but not least, I have 5, and I'm taking away 3. I can take away 3. There, 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 and there, there, and there. As you can see, I've gotten rid of all of my ones on the bottom. What do I have left? I have 2. And now I have 283 there. So really, while I did regroup, this is kind of eye-opening for some people, and I never knew this when I was in elementary school. Yes, 5, if I have 5 hundreds, plus 10 tens, plus 11, it still equals 611. It does. It just looks different because we've regrouped it. Think about it this way. You have $500 plus 10 ones. Well, I know that 10 ones equals 100. And then I have 11 ones. 11 ones. So let's see, I have 500 plus 100. 10 tens equal 100 plus 11 ones. When I add that up, I still have 611. Remember, we talked about some people may say I have $2, some people may say they have 200 pennies, some people might say that they have 8 quarters or 40 nickels. It all equals the same. It just depends on what, how you have them grouped. Okay, so come with any questions. We're really going to be looking at different strategies and methods of how you can add and subtract whole numbers.